Hey, it's Vic, and welcome back into my channel! So, you know what this means. I'm continuing on with the series of turning Alton Towers secret weapons, roller coasters, into humanoid characters. We've tackled Smiler, Oblivion, and Nemesis, and now we're moving on into the Dark Forest to work on Th13teen, aka secret weapon number 6. I know some people might say, what about Galactica? But trust, Galactica's gonna come soon. Not yet, but soon, so I'm just going to say that right now. But without further ado, let's get on to Th13teen. To the speed paint we go! Secret weapon number 6, also known as Th13teen, is the first ever freefall roller coaster that Alton Towers did. And its whole theming has basically half stuff to do with the supernatural in the Dark Forest and ancient burial grounds with demons and other such. Which, in my version of Th13teen, it has some sort of connections. So for Th13teen, I had a kind of a clear view on what to do with her design. Of course, we're having to deal with creepy little girl since the advertisement did that with a creepy little girl in the forest. So I kind of wanted to go with something very much similar to that essence when it comes with Th13teen. I feel like her whole saying is, if you want to go down to the woods alone, you better not go alone. So I wanted to give her more of an intimidating approach if someone dares to not listen to her. Because considering that she's a child, most people won't take her seriously, so she's doing all of this to basically intimidate them, and she goes like, I told you so, but you did not listen. I had to go mess around with the sketch a lot, because I wasn't very sure whether it looked okay or not, and yeah, I had to approach it differently with the sketch. So her hair is supposed to be something similar to the reminiscence of the ring with Samara, or Sadako, as some people pronounce it or phrase her to be, and her whole references are from the advertisements of the little girl, and also the ring with her design. But I also combined some elements of the Huntress from Dead by Daylight. I feel like that would also be very interesting for her design as well, especially with the axe as a weapon. So yes, Th13teen has an axe as a weapon, even though her whole deal is supposed to be with burial, possession, demons and such. And I wanted to incorporate that she's being possessed, or her body is being possessed by not just demons from the burial, but also the possession of the past, which I will probably go into later on in more depth with the stories of these characters, because this is just a design overview, not an overview on the character generally right now. I had to learn a new approach on how I apply gradient maps, which helps me get a more of a better understanding on color theory, and not make me struggle on what colors I want to pick and such. But I wanted to go give her more of an overall green hue, since she's her whole theme coloring, especially from the logo and everything, are grays, blacks, and greens. So yeah, I mean, she kind of just now looks like she's part of the Twilight series with the weird green filter that they had in the earlier episodes. I don't watch Twilight, but I've seen scenes of it, so. Then I moved on into the rendering. I would be honest, the rendering of the wolf was the most hardest thing I've ever done. I don't render hair that often, but the rendering of the wolf was so difficult. I don't understand why, so I just combined it to place a lot of textures on it to hope for the best. I hope it looks like a wolf. That's what I'm trying to envision. But yeah, I just had to learn a lesson of I need to practice drawing more animals and practicing how to draw furs and such to give more textures. I had to go try to mix around with the colors of not the colors, to mix around with her eyes, because her eyes seemed very wide and traumatized. I wanted to go for that approach to give her more of a creepy essence, but I also gave her more hollow-like, empty black eyes as well, so you can see that currently right now with the final piece of 13. I hope you guys really like her as much as I do. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. If you like the series and want to watch the other episodes of the series, feel free to check it out in my channel. And if you want to see the upcoming episodes, feel free to subscribe and press the notifications so you never miss any of my videos. The next character on the list of the series is not Galactica but Wicker Man, so I can't wait to see what you guys will think of him. Anyways, all my socials, and yeah. Thank you so much for watching. This is Vic, and peace.